So let's talk a little bit about the history, okay? What historically has been the solution to this problem of betrayal? Okay, if you already know it, put it in the chat. Historically, my parents' generation, how did people deal with affairs? How did people deal with betrayal? Think back. Here it comes in. Counseling. Counseling, therapy. They didn't. Swept under the rug. Swept under the rug. Absolutely. Absolutely. What we didn't know in just one generation prior to us is that finding out about a betrayal is a traumatic event. It is a traumatic event. Prior generations didn't understand that, not because they didn't want to, not because they chose to ignore it, but because we didn't understand how the brain and the nervous system actually operate. So everything that we do with individuals and couples is all about teaching how the brain and the nervous system work, because without that understanding, you're not going to get to the other side. When the people wrote down about going to counseling and therapy, right? That's true. That's what they did. But what kind of therapy was it? What kind of counseling was it? Mostly marital counseling, couples therapy. Well, if you're a betrayed partner, let me ask you one question. Did you make a choice to allow your spouse to have an affair? Did you say, yes, go out there and cheat on me? Absolutely not. So how can one person's decision turn into a two-person problem? It can't. You didn't make a decision to go outside of your relationship. So to sit in a therapy session and talk about all the things, communication, conflict resolution, all of those things assume that you are a part of the problem as a betrayed partner. Now, if you're an unfaithful partner joining today, I want to thank you for that. And I've got a special section that we're going to talk about just for you. But remember, if you're the unfaithful partner listening right now, this information can actually be the difference between saving your marriage or relationship and not. So prior generations didn't understand how the brain and the nervous system work. So their solution was to go to talk therapy and talk about your marriage problems, or just sweep it under the rug and never talk about it again. Neither of those options are the actual things that couples need. Neither of those things. My husband and I went to marriage counseling, and it made things worse. And Doug and I talk about this all the time because Doug is the one that people talk to first when they first kind of get that, oh, I want to know more about what Beth and the team do. We talk about it all the time because one of the questions he asks people is, how many counselors have you seen? You know? And it's usually 3, 4, 5 counselors. What does that tell us? That should be telling us as a society that we're missing something. When people are going to 3, 4, 5 counselors, isn't that a message like, maybe something's not working? And then they find us, and it's like we're this breath of fresh air, if you will, because what we say actually aligns with what people need, because we are focusing on how the brain and the nervous system work and process information. So that's kind of the background.